WRAF805. Mark, you available? (914).
Yeah, okay, we had someone trying to do a radio check. Radio check, I heard you in there. You had a little static in the background. 580, I'm waving a hand saying hello. Go ahead, I'm listening. This is 914.
Yeah, 914, this is WRAF805. Can you check in Fabian? He was on earlier, and he asked to have him checked in.
Copy, copy. We'll check in Fabian, 811.
Thank you, Mark. I'm standing by for the
This is WQCR739 Portable. Okay, listen up, everyone. The net is about to start. Let's not call in for radio checks when the net is on. Do not interrupt the net. Do not interrupt the net in the middle of come in and start the net. When you check in, it's not waiting for the last minute to check TV switches and all that.
Good evening. The time is 8:00 p.m.
Good evening, everybody. This is WREZ914, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Thursday night Broadnet GMRS meeting. This net meets every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and is open to all members. This is the directed net, meaning all traffic should be coordinated by net control. If you have any comments or responses, please call for net control. The net control operator will coordinate all traffic tonight during the net. If at any time you have an emergency or priority traffic, break in. Additionally, tonight we are live streaming this net on YouTube. You can go to our regular website, broadnetgmrs.net, to find our YouTube channel, or you can search it up on YouTube. Just look up Broadnet GMRS. Please remember to like and subscribe. We also have a Facebook page. If you have a Facebook account, you can also visit our Facebook page too. They post a lot of cool and good things on there. Tonight's order of operation, as we typically do it, we'll start out with the Central Kansas REACT check-in, followed by the Richmond County REACT check-in. We'll pause a moment after those two check-ins for a special announcement. I sent out an email earlier. Hopefully everyone has got that. But we'll have a special announcement before we start the general membership check-in. And then we will move, after general membership check-in, we'll do the late and missed and new member check-in. Then we'll have a short little roundtable. If anyone has anything they want to talk about, you're always welcome to get in there and talk about it during the roundtable. And then we'll close the net out. The South Central Kansas REACT team, number 6265, provides public safety communications to individuals, organizations, and government agencies to save lives, prevent injury, and give assistance wherever and whenever needed. For more information, including how to join, please go to scsreact.com. That's short for South Central Kansas React.com. scsreact.com. All right, let's start it off with React 1. Tom, WRCJ783.
This is WRCJ783 R1 South Central Kansas React.
Thank you for checking in, R1. R8, WROD580, Ken.
This is Ken, South Central React, R8. No traffic.
Thank you for checking in, R8. We've got you in there. Looking for R12, WRCJ243, Russell. Okay, and I was told we have a new React member here. I'll be transmitting on Zello tonight. I don't have your React number or call sign, so please, if you are in the South Central Kansas React and you are new to check in, please give me your React number, followed by your call sign, and then your name.
WRKJ296.
R2, call sign WRQT592. My name is Scarlett with South Central Kansas React.
Okay, I've got WRQT592, Skylar. And what was your unit number again? Please go ahead.
R2.
All right, R2, we've got you in the record now, so we will call you for check-in. Thank you for joining the Broadnet. Thank you for being part of the South Central Kansas React team. All right, I'm going to pass it to R1, WRCJ783. Tom, do you have any announcements or traffic for your React team? Go ahead.
Yeah, want to tell you that we're going to be hosting a field day for amateur radio, and we'll probably coordinate some of this GRS into it in June. And other than that, we got other projects going on later on in the summer, and glad that Skylar finally got his GMRS, and hopefully we'll get a couple more people get their GMRS here soon. Other than that, this will be my only check-in for tonight. I'll be signing out after this. So, back to net control, WRCJ783.
Hey, thank you, Tom, for the announcements. We had a total of 3 check-ins tonight on the South Central Kansas React. We'll be moving to the Richmond County React next.
876 with a question.
Go ahead for the question. This is Net Control.
Net Control, this is Harvey, WQS 876. I'm in northern New Jersey. It took me a moment to log into this net. I'm not familiar with your procedures, but I did want to note that we are here and we will monitor for a few minutes. Over.
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Harvey, for asking. Yes, we go through the React check-ins here. We start right at 8 p.m. Eastern every Thursday on the dot. We do the React check-in. We have 2 teams, South Central and Richmond County. And then we follow that with the general membership check-in. I have a roll call list that I go through. If you don't check in within 3 times, then we will temporarily suspend calling your call sign for the roll call until you check in again. So you have 3 weeks to check in to keep your name active. And that's okay if you don't. I mean, we've had many people go inactive and reactivate. Okay, after general roll call, that's when I normally call for my new check-ins, and then I follow by late in this check-ins. And then we have a little round table here, just whatever's on people's mind, what they want to talk about. It just is the time that we're all together. So I got you checked in, though, tonight, so no need to check in later, but enjoy the net.
Yeah, Net Control, roger that. We will monitor for several minutes. Glad you have the call sign have us checked in. At this time, I am not determined whether we're going to do this on a weekly basis. We are active in ham radio and OEM races, but we did set up GMRS activity here in the Marshtown, New Jersey area, so we'll see how this goes. Thank you, and 73.
All right, very good. Thank you for checking in. At this time, I'm going to move to the Richmond County React check-in. Richmond County React Team 6269 consists of a network of skilled communication volunteers with a desire to assist their community in times of need, of emergency, or disaster. For more information, including how to join, go to their website, richmondcountyreact.org. R1. Do you have a check-in tonight?
Good evening, Mark. This is WQNL751R1 checking in. We had a total of 15 check-ins with the Richmond County React. Just a quick announcement. I won't take up any more of your time. If anyone is interested in getting a ham license or expanding their current license to a different criteria, such as if you were a technician, you want to go to general, or if you were general and want to go to extra, we will be giving ham testing on the 25th of next month. So if anyone's interested, please get back to me or Joel. Joel knows how to get a hold of me, for those of you that don't know me personally. But this is WQNL 751 Radio. Thank you. Back over to you, Mark.
All right, thank you, 751 React 1 on Richmond County React. We've got a total of 15 you reported checking in tonight. Sorry we personally couldn't make it, but we've got that down. And yes, if you are interested in the testing, the Richmond County React is going to be putting on next month on the 25th. We will be sending out an email in a couple of weeks to remind everybody, and we'll be posting that on the website and Facebook group. So if you are wanting to take that test, if you are in the New York area, plan on making that trip down to Staten Island on the 25th of next month, and plan on studying for that test. I know There's a lot of good resources out there to study with, and we wish everyone luck. Thank you again, R1. I'm going to take a quick pause for just a second. If there's any emergency or local traffic, please call now. If not, we'll start the net here in about 30 seconds.
Net control.
Go ahead for net control.
Good evening, Mark. Can you check me in? I won't be able to. I'll be able to monitor, but I won't be able to transmit. This is WRM W805. I'm at work and I have an incident I have to take care of right now.
All right, thank you for checking in, Chris. WRM W805 from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. All right, thank you everyone for the quick pause. We just want to make sure we don't miss anybody there. All right, on to general announcements. So I had a special announcement I was asked to make tonight. I feel like it's for a worthy cause. I sent out an email a little bit ago via the newsletter. Maybe you've gotten it, maybe you haven't checked your email. We do have a member here on the Broadnet and on the Richmond County REACT team that is in a little need of assistance, and I know he would not ask unless he truly is in need. We have Ray, WQYM547. You've probably heard him check in here several times throughout the months. He is asking for some support. He has set up a GoFundMe page to provide some assistance for him and his wife. They're going through a difficult time. His wife, Melina, has stage 4 I can't even say it right. Urethran serous seroma. It's a type of cancer of the urethra. Anyway, she was diagnosed in June of 2021. Since then, she's had 6 rounds of chemo, 5 rounds of Catundra. They just had a recent doctor appointment, and they have realized that they are not having any success. They do have, the next plan is a trial of the DOX. I can't even pronounce all these medical terms, I apologize. Anyways, they're asking for your help. They've set up a GoFundMe page. Let me reset the repeaters. They've set up a GoFundMe page to see if they can raise a little bit of money, help to pay some of the bills. You know, if you get buried in these medical bills, if you've ever had anyone go through cancer or especially someone close to you, you know how it's a struggle just to pay the cell phone bill or to put gas in the car, especially nowadays with the inflation that we have. So they're asking for just a little bit of assistance from each and every one of y'all. Please check your email or go to our website, Broadnet, GMRS, Richmond County REACT, either one, and if you can help to make a small contribution. I think their goal is right now $7,000, and they've already raised $320. Whatever you can do would help, and it would be much appreciated. Again, if anyone has an announcement, please give your call sign now. All right, nothing heard for other announcements. We'll go ahead and start the general membership check-in. We'll leave some pauses in there If you hear your name and there's a delay or some reason you were not able to check in, please just check in during the pauses. We want to make sure we get everyone checked in during the general membership check-in. I will call for late check-ins afterwards, but we'll try to keep down as many late check-ins as possible. If you can just key us up if you hear your name and weren't able to make it in right before I passed you up. So, all right, stand by. General membership for check-in. This is WREC 914, and you're listening to the Thursday night Broadnet meeting. The Broadnet GMRS repeater system is a membership-only system, so before you can transmit, please join us. Please go to our website, Broadnet GMRS. Anyone with an FCC-issued GMRS license is welcome to join for free. In addition to the repeater access, you may connect to us through your GMRS Live node on the 1420, or through Zello, or a simplex node, and you can find out more about that after you register on our website. I'll now begin the membership check-in. I will call for new check-ins afterwards, so new people, please be patient, as this takes about 20 minutes or 30 minutes to check everyone in. Chris, WQNR751.
WQNR751 checking in.
All right, thank you, 751. Sorry, I was actually reading from the wrong spot. No, I've got you checked in, though. I was supposed to start with my board members. So I'm going to call out for the board members here on the Broadnet, and then we'll go on to the membership itself. But I've got you checked in, Chris, 751. I am here, WREZ 914. Joel, WQZR739.
WRKJ296.
Net control, please check in. WQCR739. Thank you for running the net. I'm portable today. I'm coming to you from the Bronx on the 625 repeater.
All right, thank you for checking in, Joel, 739. We've got you checked in from the Bronx on that portable, coming in through the repeater. WQUZ499, Edwin.
Good evening, Mark. This is WQUZ499, Edwin here. I'll be checking in and out. I'm working today, so I will not be able to attend the net.
Thank you, Edwin, for checking in and out. We appreciate that. We understand work. WQRL347, Juan.
Good evening, Mark. This is WQRL347 checking in with no traffic at the moment. Back to you, Net Control.
Thank you, Juan, for checking in tonight. 347, we've got you checked in from the Bronx with no traffic. WRKJ296, Chris.
Good evening, Mark. Thank you for running the net. This is WRKJ296 checking in from East Harlem, New York.
All right, 296, thank you for checking in from East Harlem, East Harlem, New York. We've got you checked in there, and thank you again for hosting the live stream on the YouTube channel. All right, now we're back to the regular membership. First on our list on the regular membership site is Joe, WQRH355.
WQRH355 Mobile, Nassau County, New York. No traffic. Good evening.
Thank you, 355. We've got you checked in from Nassau County, New York with no traffic. WROH602 Crystal.
This is WRQ4142. I'm sorry, I'm calling for Crystal. She's feeling under the weather.
WRKP 401 Robert, thank you. We've got Crystal checked in, and we got you checked in as well. I'm sorry to hear that she's not feeling good today. I hope she gets to feeling better.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
WROH 733 Mike. WRAF 805 Walter.
WRAF 805 Walter, checking in. Thank you, Mark, for running the net.
805 Walter, we've got you checked in from Yonkers. Copy, no traffic. Thank you. WRFQ 525 Carlos. WRJS 337 John.
WRJS 337 John from New Athens, Illinois. Thank you for hosting, Mark. I hope everybody has a good rest of the week.
Thank you, John, for checking in. We got John checked in from New Havens, Illinois. WRFL 821 Daryl. WRKM 273 Benjamin. WRFJ 490 Josh.
WRFK 490 Josh, Lake Placid, New York. Thanks for running the net, Mark.
.490 Josh, Lake Placid, New York. We've got you checked in, and you're welcome. Good to hear you out there tonight. WRMR 871 Rob.
Rob from Staten Island, South Shore, WRMR 871, checking in, no traffic.
871 Rob, we've got you checked in, coming through on the DVswitch. Thank you for checking in, no traffic. WQRL 347 Unit 1, Candy. WRKA 792 Mike. WROG 208 Alex. WRNL 873 Jacqueline. WRHW 640 Nelson.
Good evening, Net Control. This is WRHW 640 Nelson. Checking in, no traffic.
640 Nelson, we've got you checked in. No traffic. Thank you for checking in tonight on the DVswitch side. WREY 904 Eduardo. WRCN 747 Victor. WROG 342 Frank.
WROG 342 Frank from Mount Vernon, New York. Checking in on the 625. Mark, thank you for running the net.
Frank, we've got you checked in from Mount Vernon, New York. And you're welcome. All right, I'm going to take a quick pause here for about 30 seconds. If I missed anybody and you are not able to get in, or if you have an emergency or any local traffic that takes priority, please go ahead now.
WRNB 581 Rockaway, listening. No traffic.
WRNB 581 Tyrone, we've got you checked in from Rockaway. Okay, that last unit coming in on the repeater, I could not understand you. If anyone out there could understand them, please let me know what they said. It sounded like they were kind of far away from the repeater.
WROL 223, checking in, no traffic.
WRL 223, we've got you checked in. Yeah, you were next on the call list, so I was just making sure we didn't have any traffic that we needed to pause for. So we'll get back to it now, since I didn't hear anything in there. Just take quick little pauses every now and then. I got WROL 223 David, who just checked in. I am now looking for Rich, WRJU 231.
WRJU 231, Rich from Bergen County, New Jersey, checking in. Thanks, Mark.
$231 Rich, I got you checked in there from WROI 219 Urban.
WROI 219 Urban, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, checking in. Good evening.
$219 Urban, we got you checked in from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. WRFH 639 Richard.
Good evening. This is Richard, WRFH 639, checking in, no traffic.
$639 Richard, we've got you checked in, no traffic tonight. Thank you. WQZQ 298 Teddy.
WQZQ 298 Teddy, Massachusetts on Zello. Joel, after the net, if you could give me a call.
Yep, roger, roger.
All right, thank you for passing that traffic. Thank you, Joel, for acknowledging. WROW 355, Andre.
This is Andre 355, reporting in from Mount Bethel, PA.
Andre, we've got you checked in from Mount Pestle, VA. And Teddy, I don't know if I recognized you. Yes, I've got you checked in tonight, Teddy. 298. That threw me off. You called for Joel. Okay, and then we had Fabian WRON 811 who checked in via social media right before the net. So we've got him marked down. Hopefully we'll actually hear him back on the air pretty soon. He is almost done with the semester of classes. So I think they're probably in their final week, or the week next week is their final. So he should be back here on the air checking in on Thursday nights. WROG 757, Scott.
Good evening, Mark. WROG 757 checking in.
WRKJ2
757, Scott. We've got you checked in. Good to hear you out there again. WROK 812, Arnold. WROD 580, Ken. WRMT 305, Brian.
580. No traffic.
Ken, we've got you checked in. No traffic. Nothing heard from 305, Brian. WRPD 551, Steve.
Good evening, Mark, and everybody on the net. WRPD 551, checking in. No traffic.
Steve, we've got you checked in. No traffic. Coming through on the Zello Gateway. Thank you for checking in from Staten Island. WRDA 947, Roy and Leah.
This is WRDA 947, Roy solo this evening. Good evening to the net.
Oh, that's probably a good feeling, flying solo. I wish that would actually I'm solo right now too. My crew of 3 will be here in a few minutes with some food, so they were doing an art thing tonight. That's why you heard me in a little late tonight. So, but I've got you checked in, Roy. Good to hear you out there, and hope the family is doing well. Take a quick pause here. If you missed it, now is a good time to call it back out if you missed your call sign. I hate it when the net controls just run and run and run, and you're just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting because you missed it by like 2 seconds. So if you heard your name already called or your call sign, please just let me know that you missed it, and we'll get you checked in real quick.
Net control, WQNX 906. I believe I missed mine, unless you can get to me yet.
Nope, I did not get there yet, Mike, but that's okay. I've got you checked in now. Thank you, Mike, from checking in from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Okay, Mark, thanks. Now I kind of feel like an idiot coming in out of place. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Back to you. WQNX 906.
Oh, no, Mike, it's okay. It's all good. As long as we get everyone checked in, that's all that matters. That's why I leave this opening, because some people really just have to go, and they're like, just let me check in, because I got to get off the air. So we'll leave a little room here. If you need to check in at any time, don't feel out of place. Just check in, and we'll get you marked down. WRMA 819, Jose. WRKW 877, Antonio. WROJ 628, Glenn.
Good evening, everyone. This is WROJ 628 in Clear Lake City, Texas. Hope everyone's having a good evening. I have no traffic for this evening. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, thank you, Glenn, for checking in from Clear Lake, Texas. Well, I've got you for a second. I'm sorry, Net. Glenn, I will, if you want to, I'll take this coming Sunday. I know you've been doing it the last couple Sundays, so I want to give you a break.
Okay, roger that. Thank you. Back to you, Net Control.
No problem. If y'all don't know, me and Glenn live in Houston, Texas, and y'all know I've ran y'all's net forever here on the Broadnet. Glenn is another net control I have here on my local Texas GMRS net that we do check-ins on Sunday. And he has been, like, the last 3 Sundays, he's been running the check-ins over here. So I'm going to give him a break, and I'll do another net here on Sunday. Locally, if you're in Texas, you'll hear us back here on Sunday. All right, back to the check-in. Sorry for the slight interruption. It's my fault. I just wanted to catch him while I heard him. WRMF 745, Bob.
Break for Net Control.
739, we heard you in there for a break. Go ahead.
Roger that, Net Control. Maybe we can get Glenn to come help us over here with our Net Control too. Reach out.
All right, no guarantees. I'll mention it to him, but no guarantees. No, yeah, I'll see if he wants to do it sometime. He might. So, all right, let me keep going with the check-in, or we're never going to get through this thing. WRJ8 792, Freddie.
WRJH 792, Freddie in the Bronx. No traffic, and good evening to everyone.
$792, Freddie, we've got you checked in from the Bronx, and good evening back to you, sir. Hopefully you're having a good week. WQRK 926, Mark.
Break.
Okay, I had a break in there. WQYM 547, Ray, go ahead.
Good evening to the net and everyone on it. I want to thank you guys for doing what you did for me. I appreciate it. And thank you to everybody. WQIM 547 checking in a little late. Sorry about that. But I'm here.
All right, thank you 547 for checking in here tonight on the Broadnet. You know, I was actually looking here since we started the net and I made the announcement. We have had a donation of $20 to the GoFundMe page. So thank you, whoever donated. Tyrone had donated. Oh no, who was it? Andrew Bundle had donated $20. Kenneth Fletcher also had donated less than an hour ago. So thank you guys. You can see all the donations by going to that link I sent the email. Again, Ray is the one who is reaching out here. Thank you for checking in, Ray, and we'll continue with the check-ins here in just a second. Please stand by. Okay, I think I heard 976, but I don't think that's right. Go ahead.
Net control.
Go ahead for net control.
Mark, I heard 276. 276 is what popped up on the NBC.
All right.
Yeah, once again, it's WRCV 276. If you can copy me, just checking in with the net.
WRCV 276, William, we've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Thank you 296 for catching that on the NBC side. All right, we'll go back to check-ins here. We have next on the list. Give me a second. By the way, I'm thinking MDC stands for Motorola Digital Control. It's that data packet that you hear over the air, and it usually contains a short burst of information. Usually it's numbers and alphanumerics. Most people on GMRS will program their last three of their call sign into it. So when you hear those, normally we can see at least the last three of your call sign. So like you said, 276 popped up. I've only have 1276 on my check-in, so that was able to help enough to identify who it was. And if you key up on your note, I can see that too. So we got Mike over in Sheboygan keying up there. All right, Mark, WQRK296. I didn't hear anything from. What about Ken, WQZB495? WRHT661, Mark. WRKZ367, Richard. WRLH723, Eric.
Correction on the call, it's Whiskey Romeo Kilo Hotel, WRKH723. Eric in the Bronx coming in off the Zello.
Hello, Mark. Thank you for running the net, and hello to everyone on here. Back here.
All right, I'm going to make that correction now. Thank you, 723 Eric, for that. Let me make sure I update that to make sure it's right. WQXD374 David. WRKY989 Lou. WRPE339 Rick.
WRKJ339
Rick, Rubicon, Wisconsin. Good evening, Mark. In the net, no traffic.
.339 Rick, we got you checked in from Rubicon, Wisconsin. Thank you for checking in tonight. We copy no traffic. WRPE299 Keith.
WRPE 299 Keith, Billings, Montana. Wishing all you good folk out there a good evening. No further traffic.
.299 Keith, Billings, Wisconsin. We've got you in there, and thank you for the well wishes. WRPW661 Jack.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jack, WRPW661. No traffic.
.661 Jack. We've got you checked in with no traffic. Not sure if you can hear us. We got a stuck DVswitch there. All right, it cleared out. It cleared out, so we're okay. We're going again with the check-ins. WRFS696 Hassan. WRQG243 Russell.
This is Whiskey Romeo, Quebec, Golf 243, no traffic.
.243 Russell, we've copied, no traffic. Thank you for checking in. WRHU596 Michael. WQNX906 Mike.
Net Control, this is Whiskey Quebec November X-Ray 906 with the MDC 1200 signaling. Good evening to you, Mark, and everybody else on the net.
All right, thank you for checking in. 906 Mike. Mike will be net controlling next Wednesday. I don't know if you guys joined us last night for the 411 net. I'm just calling it the 411 net. Mike will be running that net next Wednesday. So, everybody, this is Mike. Mike, this is everybody on the Broadnet. There's your quick introduction, and hopefully we'll hear everyone back in on Wednesday next week, and then we'll be back on Thursday to do the Broadnet. So the 411 is just to bring y'all something extra special, and Mike is well proud of it, and rightfully so. WRQC625, Tristan. WRQC343, George. WRPJ594, Ron. WRFP828, Chris. WRPS811, Robert. WRPC719, George.
WRPC719, Morgan from Patterson, New Jersey. Thank you for checking me in, and also everyone on the net.
719, we've got you checked in from Patterson, New Jersey. Thank you for checking in. WRJN397, Kirk.
This is WRJN 397 Kirk from Washington, Illinois, checking in.
.397, Kirk, we've got you checked in from Washington, Illinois. Good evening to you, sir. WRAS405, Jonathan. WRDR487, Joe. This is WREZ914. You're listening to the Thursday night Broadnet meeting. We have gone through all of our list of general membership check-ins that have checked in previously. If you did not hear your name or you missed your call, we're going to consider you late, and we'll get you checked in here in just a second. At this time, if you are new to checking in on Thursday night on the Broadnet, meaning you've never checked in, I would like for you to please give me your call sign now. New check-ins.
WRQA768, coming at you from Hillsdale, New Jersey. Andy.
And make sure I got that right. WRQA768, Andy.
That's correct, over.
All right, thank you, Andy. We got you checked in. Thank you for checking in this evening.
W8LOU, I'm sorry, wrong call sign. WRMA513, that was my amateur call sign. WRMA513 from Los Angeles, California. Sorry, too many radios.
It's okay, Lewis. We've got you checked in. 513, Lewis from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, thanks for having me, letting me check in there. I'm from Los Angeles. Name's Lewis, WRMA 513. And good net. I've been tuning in since the beginning, checking in. Very good deal. Thank you. WRMA 513, monitoring.
Thank you, Lewis, for the kudos there. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is a longer net. I mean, we're already an hour in. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we are just now rounding up the check-ins. So far, we've had a lot of people check in. Give me a second. I'll have a total for y'all here in just a minute. Do we have anyone else that is new on Broadnet that would like to check in tonight? Please give your call sign.
WRQD 750, Finger Grove, Illinois.
WRQD 750, Mike. Thank you for checking in for the first time here on the Broadnet.
WRQM235, Spencer from Washington, Illinois.
Okay, stand by, Spencer. Just hold on a second. Let me catch up here.
Good evening. The time is 9:00 p.m.
All right, Spencer, WRQN235. We've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in for the first time here on the Broadnet. And we've got that logged in here. So if you've checked in, you'll be on the log for the next 3 weeks. If you don't check in 3 weeks, we'll suspend calling out your name, but you can always check in at any time in the future.
Net control.
Go ahead for net control.
Good evening, Mark. This is WRKJ296. I do have one check-in from the live stream, the YouTube live stream. I have WRFQ525, Carlos, checking in.
All right, thank you, Chris, 296. We've got Carlos, WRFQ525, checking in tonight via the live stream, and we've got him checked already. Thank you, 296. If there's anyone else, please let me know.
Net control, WQNX 906 relay.
Go ahead, 906 for the relay.
WQNX 906. Mark, I'm not sure if I've just kind of been listening and observing. Sounds like you do. I don't know if you take check-ins from remote. I have WRFK 663. Again, that's Whiskey Romeo Foxtrot Kilo 663. Spencer, he is from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. However, he is currently deployed at Fort McCoy Army Base, and he'll be deployed out there for 2 weeks. So he's got DVswitch access, but I believe the internet is very spotty out there, so I don't think he's able to check in. But he did ask me if I could check him in. I said, well, I don't know if they do that, so I just thought I'd ask. Back to net.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his name on the roll call. I would like to hear him in person at least once, and then I can take proxy check-ins. So, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just mark him down for tonight. It doesn't really matter. And, yeah, we would just like to hear maybe that day of if he can proxy check in through you, if you text him or talk to him that Thursday or maybe even Wednesday night, just to see he's doing okay and everything is going well with him. And then if you do talk to him, we can proxy him in and just say, hey, I talked, as long as it's going through you and you call him out, and you just say, hey, I talked to Spencer 663 and he's doing great and he's having a wonderful time and he'll be back in a week, you know, whatever it is. And we'll get him checked in for that evening.
Okay, well, I can confirm he's doing okay. I cannot confirm that he is enjoying it. I think there's about a million better things that he would rather be doing. But he is out there serving our country, so, you know, it is what it is. So, yep, he's doing okay, and we'll relay to him that he's checked in this week, and we'd like to hear him on the air. Thanks a lot, Mark. 7-3, and we'll get you guys on the round table. WQNX 906.
Is there anybody else that's new that would like to check in tonight on the Broadnet for the first time?
Net Control, this is WROR 906. Tony from Orlando. WROR. Hold on a second. All right, I have got you checked in, Tony. You have not checked in a while. Thank you for checking in tonight. And like I said, if you don't check in after, I think, 3 weeks, we'll suspend calling it. But I've got you reactivated. Tony from Orlando, Florida, who is part of the GMRS Live system. We appreciate you coming over for a moment and checking in with us. We know that you're busy on the road a lot, and we appreciate everything you do to help us out here on the Broadnet with the linking and the GMRS system. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Long hours at the hospital keeps me from doing check-ins, so I was actually on my day off.
Can't beat a day off. All right. Well, it's good to hear you in there, and we've got you checked in and back on the roll call. So we'll call you out for the next 3 weeks if you can check in. But we understand if you don't.
Break the net control.
This is Net Control. Go ahead, breaker. Go ahead. I think that was WRMT 305.
Correct. WRT 305, JFK Airport, Jamaica Bay, no traffic.
305, Brian, we've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in from the JFK Airport, Jamaica Bay. Do we have anyone else who missed their check-in, has not checked in? Any and all check-ins that are not already checked in, please give your call sign.
WRQC 625 checking in.
Okay, stand by. Tristan, WRQC 625. I have got you checked in now. Thank you. Is there anybody else that... Okay, it sounds like we've got someone trying to come in on the 725 out of Staten Island.
If you're monitoring still, you've got a lot of static in there. If you're coming in on the 725, we cannot understand what you're saying. If there's anyone else out there that has not already checked in, please give your call sign so I can get you checked in tonight.
WRCJ783, Tom.
Okay, Tom.
343, George.
Okay, stand by. Tom, 783. I checked you in when you checked in on the on your. I thought you said you had to get off the air, so I didn't call you back out since you'd already checked in on the South Central. And then I had WRQG343 checking in. Go ahead, 343.
Yes, net control. WRPG 343 George, checking in.
All right, we got you checked in, 343 George. Thank you for checking in tonight on the Broadnet. We are looking for anyone who has not already checked in to please give their call sign. We just checked in George from Jacksonville, Florida, so please give your call sign now if you have not checked in.
Net control.
Go ahead for net control. I believe that was 812.
Citizens are okay. 812. Arnaldo out of New Jersey. Rawway.
WROK 812. Arnaldo, we've got you checked in from New Jersey. It's been a while since you checked in, but that's okay, and we're glad to hear you back on here.
Thank you, sir. My apologies. I've been very busy on the road, driving the trailer.
Oh, no apology needed. You're fine. You're fine. It's all good, man. We understand. We all have lives to live. This is a hobby. I understand. But yeah, I'm just glad you were able to check back in with us tonight. Kind of a surprise, and we really like surprises here. Good surprises. Thank you for checking. The last time you checked in was on 4/21, so it's been 4 weeks. Anybody else that would like to check in? We're going to stand by for 30 more seconds for check-ins, and then we're going to move to the roundtable.
Good evening, Net Control. This is 347, WQRL 347, Unit 1, Candy Bronson, New York, late again.
Unit 1, Candy, for a late check-in. I've got you checked in, Candy. Guys, if you don't know Candy 347, Candy is at the very top of the roll call, and she always checks in late every time we do a net. And let me tell you, I am looking, since I've started recording who's checked in since the beginning of November of last year, Candy has checked in every net. So she has a lot of check-ins, a total of 26 check-ins. So thank you, Candy, for checking in every week here on the Broadnet. Regardless if you check in on time or you check in at the very end, we just love to hear you out here.
480.
Break, net control.
Go ahead for that break, 347, or 739, sorry, not 347, 739. Go ahead for the break.
Hey, Mark, I can see Candy blushing through the Zello radio.
Yeah, you know, there's not many people that can. She's actually checked in more times than Joel has checked in. So go figure that one out. Yeah, I'm sure she's blushing, but no, that's good. That's good that we like to keep it fresh and new here. We like to have fun on the Broadnet. Again, it's a hobby for all of us. This makes absolutely no money for me. I wish it did, but it doesn't. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it when everyone checks in. Tonight, we've already had a total of 55 check-ins. If anyone else would like to check in to make it 56, please give your call sign.
Net control, I don't know. I've checked in twice through the YouTube page, and I've been telling Chris to check me in on YouTube too, and I haven't heard nothing from 926 checking me in on YouTube.
Yeah, you only... Go ahead, 926.
Uh, 296. You did check in. I didn't take that as a check-in. I apologize, Joel. Usually on the YouTube page, people will give their call sign. So, but thank you for checking in. So 739 has checked in from the live stream.
Oh, you guys are ridiculous. By the way, we've moved into the roundtable portion of the net, if you did not already notice. WREZ914 is your net control tonight. Guys, we're in roundtable. If there's anything you'd like to discuss with the group, we're all on. Please give your call sign. Please let us know what's on your mind tonight. Last night, the topic was antennas. If you had something you wanted to say about antennas last night and didn't get a chance, you can say it tonight, and we'll try to answer any questions. Or if you have a new topic you want to start, but we're in the roundtable.
WQCR 739. Yeah, I'm working with Chris 751 from React. See if we can get a couple of the guys from the Broadnet and from React to get some first aid CPR classes. We'll probably be making the announcement sometime during the week. We're trying to get the particulars and how much it's going to cost and all that. And we'll announce it, and anyone that's interested, that's part of the Broadnet or part of the React, you don't even have to be part of neither one of them. If you are a family member of a Broadnet member or a React member, you can bring in a family. Again, we'll try to announce it sometime this week. I'll reach out to Mark and let Mark know to announce it, and we'll get whoever wants to do it, try to get them to take the classes. All right, Mark, back over to you. This is WQCR 739 Portable.
WREZ914. Yeah, and don't forget, we need to get with Crystal if we do that. WROH602, our event coordinator. Robert, WRKP401, had checked her in tonight saying she was not feeling well. But whenever we get some more information on that, let's get with Crystal so she can help us with that event planning.
Yeah, Roger that. I think tonight will be a little late, but tomorrow sometime I'll reach out to all the other board members, and maybe we'll call Crystal and see how she's doing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, we'll reach out to Crystal tomorrow. Robert, I don't know if you're listening. We're going to call her tomorrow to check in, unless we need to call tonight for some special redos. So let us know, Robert, if you're still listening. Okay, he might have jumped off already. If you, whenever I think of GMRS, I'll just be honest, I think of people who are preppers, people who are preparing for Armageddon or the zombie apocalypse. If you are one of those people and you have not taken a CPR first aid class, this will be a great opportunity. I think everyone should know CPR and first aid. Not only for your own benefit, but for the benefit of your family, friends, and neighbors, or just anyone in the community. If you've never had to do CPR, I don't wish it upon you. It's not fun, but you never know. You might be the only one that can make the difference. Speaking of preppers, it is going to be hurricane season soon. We're getting back into that time. If you live along the coast, if you have stored food and you rotate through it, now is the time to start putting it back into rotation so you can buy new food to replenish it with, so it's not expired. That is a lot of people do is they buy extra food and store it in case there is some kind of an event. The problem is they never check the expiration dates, and when something does happen, the lights go out or the wind blows too hard, and you never know, but they come to find out that all the cans of food they had are all expired, or the rice has got bugs in it or something. So if you store food for emergency use, or water, or anything else, please check it, make sure it's good. And if it is almost time to expire, please put it into your pantry to go back into the cycle so you eat it before it does expire, and then buy some new food and put it back in the storage kit.
Mark, I got a topic. We've had this topic a few times. I think every time we bring it up, we get a good crowd of people to answer. If anyone wants to talk about it, what got you into radios? Whether it's GMRS, ham, CB, FRS. So I guess we'll put the question out there, and anyone wants to answer, go right ahead. What got you into radio communication? Back with you, Mark. This is WQCR 739. I'm coming to you from the DVswitch now.
Yeah, 739. Be advised, you're slightly overmodulating. You either need to turn down the mic gain or back off about 6 inches from the microphone. Yeah, you had you're blowing out our eardrums, you're overmodulating. But yes, no, that is a good topic. I like that topic. And I think we've had really good success. We've had a few laughs on here because of it too. What got you into radio? Should I answer first? Maybe someone else should answer first. If you want to tell us what got you into radio and you want to be the first one, don't wait until Joel answers it because we're all going to laugh. But give your call sign now.
Yeah, control.
Go ahead for net control.
WRMR 871 Rob, Staten Island. I first got into the radio because I'm a 4x4 overlander from We set another big trip in the Big Sur in California where there's no communications at all, and that's on the simplex side, and that's how I ended up getting to GMRS with the repeaters, etc.
Yeah, that's 4x4. That's gotten a lot of people in GMRS. A lot of people have really dug in deep into GMRS in the four-wheel community. So that's pretty interesting to hear. Now, did you do radio or anything when you were a kid?
Not really, but I was in the Navy, so I did a lot of radio communications with those ships and airplanes and all that good stuff.
You know, you're not the only one that I've heard with military experience that has clung on to radio after the military. That is really cool. There's something about, and really, a lot of this radio stuff, I don't know, is there any ham guys on here who know the history of radio in the wars? Because I always find that so fascinating, how the wars have brought out a lot of radio. I mean, without World War I and II, we would not have the radios like we do now.
Yeah, 871 here. Yeah, we did a lot of different communications, guided networks, secure radio. You know, they had like a scrambler, over the air, straight, unscrambled. It was very interesting. Frequencies change constantly. You have to know atmospherics and all that stuff.
What got you into radio? That's the topic now tonight. Please give your call sign. Let us know what got you into radio, whether it be GMRS or just the old CB days. What was your inspiration? What happened? WRC J783. 783, go ahead, net control. Go ahead. Well, I started in CB back in the 80s and scanning, and also shortwave radio. My dad was a ham operator. He had stopped. He had stopped doing it and was doing CB, and then he started getting to the amateur radio. But he would fix shortwave radios, and so I did a lot of shortwave radio listening, and I still do that too, along with amateur radio, GMRS, CB, and scanning. But that's how I started all my radio stuff back when I was like 10, 11 years old. Yeah, very good, very good. Now that really brought, and I'm sure we'll hear plenty of stories. We can call upon Joel 739 to tell us about his what got him into radio. But I think that is pretty standard here with a lot of people is CB radio. Yeah, I used to. It was kind of cool, the skipping stuff, and I wasn't pushing linears and any of that stuff, but I lived in the Kansas City area at the time, and I could actually go clear across town, like 30, 40 miles, and we could actually communicate on a regular basis. And it was really cool. Unfortunately, CVs aren't like that anymore, but do other things now.
WRNM 392, Edwin Sr. checking in.
392, Edwin Sr. I'll get back to my spreadsheet here, and I'll get you checked in just a second. But yeah, we've got you checked in now. Tell us, Edwin Sr., what got you into radio?
Edwin Jr.
He forgot Joel.
Yeah, okay. Joel a little bit.
I see what you see here.
WRND 714 in California testing.
California station that's coming in, I believe he said that's you coming in full clear into the machine. Not sure if you coming in through Zello or DVswitch, but you're coming in clear.
Copy that. Thank you, Joe. How you doing, deploying? I just downloaded it on iPhone. I had it on the Android before. It actually works better on Android. You can go ahead and check me into the net. God, you don't even want to go when I started into the radio back in 1978.
Yeah, we have a Mark 914 doing check-ins today, so call out net control and let's get him to check you in there so he can add you into the roll call, and then we can get into how you got into the radio. Again, Mark, WQCR 739.
Yep, I got it checked in. So let's hear a story. You can interrupt our vet or call a radio check, and you have to tell us how you got into radio.
This can go on for a long time, but I'll just throw a little bit out. It all started back in 1978. I went over to my uncle's house, and he was a radio CB, I call him a chicken band weenie, and he had, this was like in Brooklyn. Back then, I guess there was like this major craze of CB radio back then. Everybody got it now, like a CB 40-channel radio. Turned on my ham radio. And let me let it recycle there. So I started getting on CB, on channels, what was it, 31. I think back then CB was 23 channel. And I didn't start getting really into it was when I started hanging out with a bunch of engineers from that worked at a radio CB electronics shop. So then I started peaking radios and doing all sorts of modifications to them, like the upper and lower sideband and the clarifier open up. And putting free high bands and low bands in there so you can go out of band with the radio. WRKC 367, lead checking.
All right, thank you. We had a late check-in here. Thank you for that. 367. We got you checked in late, Richard. Yeah, the topic tonight, Richard, if you didn't catch, was what got you into radio. We were just hearing WRMB 714 tell us what got him into radio.
QCR 739. All right, I'll get in there too. Williams, good hearing from you, man. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hopefully everything is okay. Did you finish the project that you were doing up here? I believe it's at LaGuardia Airport, right? Yeah, copy that. Yeah, I finished the project there. I'm back in LA right now. Back in LA. So long story short, I've been doing radio, commercial, ham radio, TV for close to almost maybe 35 years. But it all started in the 70s. I'm still doing it right now, man. It's a great hobby. Technology has evolved. There's so much technology now with the RLP and the Echolink and All-Star and all that. So I do all that on the repeater. I'm an RF engineer, not by trade, but used to work for Motorola back in the days in Fort Lauderdale plant. So I've been into radio for close to almost going on 38 years, my friend. It's been fun. And back over to net control. This is WRMV 714.
RKJ29.
714. If I say no, you can get a discount on my XBR 7550s.
This is net control Mark 661. You need to ID, please.
WRHD 661.
UCR 739. Okay, so if there's no other takers, I'll give my little story real quick. When I was young, I was in the best behave, and my mother would send me to Puerto Rico to cool off, and I think like 13, maybe even younger. And one of those trips to Puerto Rico, my uncle had came back from Vietnam from the war, and he was paralyzed from the waist down from a grenade. And I walked into his living room, and he had all types of radio stuff, and he was calling out from Puerto Rico and speaking to someone, I think in Cuba, and passed the mic over to me, let me speak to whoever he was speaking to. Let me break. Like, I came back to New York, I caught the bug and got into CB. What it's called. My call sign, or well, my handle at the time was New York Ping 069, and I was in the Fordham University area, then moved to the Arlington section of the Bronx, and there was a lot of CBs in that area back then. I think we won channel 36, I'm not sure what channel it was. Anyway, so I guess then life hit, and I had to work and support my family, and I think at the age of, I'm 53 now, so I think at the age of 46, 47, I started doing bail recovery in New York, and I had to get a way to communicate with my guys that we were doing bail recovery with. Let me break. Found out that we can do it through GMRS. At that time, I believe GMRS was commercial, so we went and got a commercial license and started doing GMRS. And then they stopped doing the commercial license, and we started getting Motorola trunk radios to communicate. And then the crew that we had that did bail recovery broke up, and one day I was in Micro Center and saw that they had a little Midland radio for sale. It was an open box item, and bought it, put a little antenna in my car, and I was calling out from Yonkers into the Bronx. I kept calling out, break up, break up, break channel, break channel, break channel. I was on channel 2, I believe. Break channel. And there was a whole bunch of people talking. There was some Spanish people talking, and there was a female talking, which was Candy, and at the time Wang and a few other people. And no one picked me up, and I was breaker, 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 and at the end, Wang had told everyone, stand by, we have a breaker, and Wang picked me up, and gave me a chance to talk, introduced himself, and I became very good friends with Wang 347. He's one of our board members, he's our admin, he's our treasurer. He's been with me from the beginning of this. So I went from that, not even a month after that, I went and got my GMRS license and started getting into repeaters and started a group on the Zello and our repeater called the Bronx Zoo. And recently got my ticket for ham. I'm now a general, and yeah, I've been doing it since. I got into it right after that conversation with Wang. I started getting repeaters and putting them all over New York, and now we have the Broadnet, and I'm able to talk to all you guys out there. WQCR 739, back over to you, Mark. That's my little story.
All right. That was a great story, Joe. I didn't want to go that extreme. So, WRV 714, we'll take it again. And let's go ahead and pick up some more check-ins if you want there, net control.
WRV 513, California. I don't know if you called on me. I checked in earlier, but you may have called and I may have missed it. I'm still standing by.
This is that station in California. We got you in there. Let's see if 347 is there. I like hearing 347's story and how he got into the radio. Wang, are you out there?
Pick up that station that wanted I log in, I believe, and I'll get back to you. This is WQRL 347. We stand by for that break.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't hear when he said that he would like to check in. Okay, we standing by, and we'll give it back to Net Control and have him check you into the login. Sorry about that. WQCR 739.
This is Net Control, WREZ 914. You're listening to the Thursday Night Broadnet. WRMA 513. Lewis, we've got you checked in. Thank you. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go. Lewis, you're number 2. You're second on the list if you've got us a way you got into radio. I think we wanted to hear from Juan 347, who's been kind of waiting to tell us what got him into radio. So, Lewis, we'll call on you next. But thank you for checking in. Total of 60 check-ins now tonight. Go ahead, 73471. Go ahead.
Oh, we appreciate it there, 914. I'm going to make it short. Been transmitting for, 52 years, since the age of 12. My dad was a cab driver. After his 9 to 5, he would drive around on a gypsy cab, and he would have these radios hooked up with little crystals to receive and to transmit, and he had this giant-ass stainless steel with a spring coil in the car. And when I used to get into the car, I used to always hear the bass getting back to him. I used to talk to other drivers, and I found that fascinating. I used to always be bugging him. I said, when are you going to bring a radio to the house? When are you going to bring a radio to the house? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? So he finally brought a radio to the house, hooked it up with a car battery, a little winky-dink antenna, and that's how I started. Since back then, since the age of 12. Back in, 1969. Wow, telling everybody my age. And, just like Joel, I got on the radio, was listening to other guys on the radio, some older gentlemen, and I was like breaking. I became a pest on the radio, breaking on the microphone constantly. I would la 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 la. Can you hear me? Until somebody got tired and decided to pick me up. He introduced himself, and I introduced myself, and from then on, they took me underneath their wing, and they taught me whatever they knew at the time. And as I started growing, kept on for many years on the CB radio. Did a little bit of competition, Super Bowl. Hung out a lot on 31 and on sideband 38, 36. And eventually got my GMRS. I got my ham license on 2016. Upgraded to an extra. And here we are. Buenas noches, Juan.
Noches, saluditos cordiales. ¿Y qué? ¿Cómo están las cosas?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios. Whisky, Romeo Eco Yankee, 904. No, deja decirme letra y después me regaña Joel. Nada, está todo bien, gracias a Dios por ahí. Aquí está el 73 para acá. Oye, sacaste la extra, ¿verdad?
Ya era tiempo. You know, it's about time. Era un technician de 2016, y no sé, bueno, con los muchachos empujando a uno, porque yo me iba a quedar ahí en el technician. Pero los muchachos empujando, y dije, pues, you know, déjame estudiar aquí, déjame hacer esta cosita, y se presentó algo ahí, y cogimos la oportunidad, y ahí ya tú sabes, por ahí por el estilo.
For those that don't understand English, we got a translation on that.
Yeah. I was just letting them know that he asked me that he heard me just mention that I became an extra, and I told him that I've been since 2016 I've been a technician, and I guess being influenced by you and Edwin, wanting to get your licenses kind of encouraged me to kind of step it up a notch.
Take it up a notch, right?
WREY 904 Eduardo from Connecticut. We've got you checked in tonight on the Broadnet. Eduardo is one of our members here on Broadnet, so we appreciate him coming through. And just in case you're wondering, there is not a set language on GMRS. You only have to give your ID in English. After that, the conversation can be in another language. So we'll kick it back over to Eduardo, WREY 904. Go ahead, Eduardo.
I know Whiskey Romeo Eco Yankee 904. Everything okay here. He got 7 degrees. He's talking to Juan too, you know. He got he has the technician before. Right now he have extra class. No idea. Congratulations, Juan. Everything okay here in Connecticut.
Sports in there. All right, buddy. We appreciate you giving us a shout, and good to hear from you once again. Me alegro de escucharte la voz. Hace tiempito que no te oigo. Y que pasen más frecuentes por ahí por la frecuencia, porque de vez en cuando esto se queda aquí medio calladito y no se oye nadie. De vez en cuando sacan un grito por ahí para abajo, ya tú sabes, si yo estoy en la escucha y yo te tiro para atrás, es cierto, Reyes.
Está bien, no hay ningún problema. Yo soy general. Yo saqué este listo, después saqué el general en el mismo año 2020. Pero ahora estoy luchando para tratar de sacar extra. Pero no, tengo que seguir estudiando hasta que la saque. Un pasito más y ya. Pero nada, tranquilo.
Sigue ahí para adelante como un elefante, ya tú sabes cómo es esto. Al estudio, repetición, todo tiene que repetir todo cada rato. La contesta y ya tú sabes. Pues me alegro que tú estés allá arriba. Y de vez en cuando esté el NET, ya tú sabes, empezamos a las 8 de la noche, todos los jueves, y ya tú sabes, aquí estamos a la orden. José.
That's okay, no worry about it. Good night, Juan. Thank you so much. WREY 904 73. Good night, everybody. Hey, manito, cuídate. 73. 73 is my brother. You take care. This is WQRL 347. Back to you, at control.
WRK
347. Yeah, that's very interesting. You know, if you're into long-range communication, DXing across the world, a lot of people have gone out and at least learned a little of different languages, because sometimes you hear foreign stations that do not know English, but you want to make contact with them, at least to get a QR card. So that's very interesting, because there has been a lot of people who have learned some different languages to use radio, especially on the ham side, the long-range communication stuff. We had a station out there, Lewis. I'm not sure if he's still waiting. He had checked in WRMA 513. Lewis, if you're still out there, we've still got you in here to go and talk.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm here from California. I started in radio with my stepfather, 1975, back in the TV craze, like a lot of people did. And he was a ham. He was an amateur back then. I think he was an advanced or whatever the highest level was back then. He was trying to encourage me to get into ham, and I didn't. I did like ham radio, and I did like what it was about. I just had too many other interests as I got older. I'm a magician, performing member of the Magic Castle, and I work worldwide performing magic and comedy. You can look my website up or look my name up, whichever. And so I had a lot of things going on, and then I went into the military after graduating high school, and was in the Army. And did that for 4.5 years, served in Desert Storm, and then I came home and wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement and then sideline and continue my entertainment career as a part-time. So I've worked at Comedy Stores and Laugh Factory, and I've worked Comedy Cellar there in New York. Used to come out there quite a bit. I have a lot of family there on the East Coast, being full-blooded Sicilian. I have a lot of family on the East Coast there, and I used to spend my summers out there, and it was really, really fun time. Let me break for a second. All right, I'm back again. Gave the announcements of Broadnet. And then throughout my years of working security, I used a lot of radios, Motorola's, and all different types of radio gear, being a security officer, working at casinos and things like that. And then 1994, shortly after the Oklahoma bombing, I joined federal law enforcement, got hired on with the Federal Protective Services, and was there for 6 years until finally the LA County Sheriff's Department lifted its freeze, and I got successfully hired with LA County in 2000, and I've been a deputy sheriff now 22 years with LA County. And we've used from Ericsson radios, General Electric radios prior to that, Ericsson, and finally we broke into Motorola's, and they gave us 5,000, XPS 5000. We used those for about 10 years or so, and we finally upgraded and went to the APX 8000, which I'm currently using. But a year ago, I finally, after all these years, and I would run across ham people with our disaster communications group, with our department, and they're like, "Oh man, you know a lot about radios. You should do it. Get your ham license. You should do it. Come on, bro." And finally I buckled down and I studied the test and I did it. So I got my amateur license a year ago and now I'm doing that. So Will and I chatted up quite a bit out here on the amateur frequencies and that's my story. So I'm studying now currently for my general license and my amateur extra. I'm going to try to do it in one fell swoop, knock it out, and break off into HF. Oh, hey, another note, that's pretty cool. Joel said he was into bell recovery at one time. I did a stint for about 10 years prior to going into joining the force of LA County. I operated my own bell recovery agency here in Southern California. It was called West Coast Fugitive Apprehension. And I was trained by one of the most notable bounty hunters in the world. And he unfortunately passed away and recently. And yeah, he was a really, really good guy. But this Bob, he was a really good guy. He trained me up really well. But I didn't stay into it too long because my aspirations were really law enforcement. So here I am, about 10 years from retirement. Well, 7-3, and thank you for having me on. That's my journey in radio, and it's going to continue, and I love the hobby. Love all parts of it, and I'm glad to be able to listen in with you guys. And when I make my trip out there this summer to visit family, I look forward to getting on some RF instead of Zello from California. So 7-3, WRMA 513, clear, back over to net control.
Net control, if you allow me real quick, WQCR 739.
Go ahead, 739, and then after you, we're going to take a quick 30-second break to see if anyone else is trying to get in. So after 739, let's pause for a second.
Yeah, I forgot the station's ID, but I think his name is Lewis. Are you talking about Toothpick, the guy that always had the toothpick in his mouth? His name was Lewis or Carlos.
No. I know who you're talking about. The gentleman I'm talking about, his name is Bob.
You roger that, okay. I did a stint here too. I did 13 years in transit here at NYPD.
Yeah, I heard you when you mentioned that. That's pretty cool. You know, it was always a slippery slope working doing bounty hunter work, you know, the fugitive recovery. You know, you're always kind of walking on thin ice. You had to be really, really careful, you know, legally, and you had to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. I saw a lot of guys in the 90s trying to get into it. There was kind of a craze when I was doing it, where a lot of guys, these guys were just jumping off a bunch of wannabes, and they were kind of doing dumb stuff and causing, you know, the bell companies to get behind their actions, you know, because they're contractors of this. But yeah, you know, I always kept, you know, my bearing, and I knew the Surety Act 1301 of the penal code here. And then, of course, Taylor versus Painter. But, you know, we have a penal code here in California that delineates what a person doing recovery can and can't do. So I always walked that fine line and stayed on the legal, you know, stayed legal all the time, so I was always good. Back with you.
Yeah, Roger. In New York City, too, they changed a lot of those laws. When Giuliani was the mayor, he cracked down on a lot of that. I think it was the bounty hunting show that everyone started watching and thought that it was the same way, the way he was doing it. It's like everyone thought that that's how you do it. But no, in New York, there's only a few guys that were doing it. Well, at one time, there was a bunch of people doing it, and there were schools in every corner giving people badges and IDs, and Giuliani and Bloomberg went and cracked down on that, and it was only a few of us that were doing it. I actually worked for the insurance company, not the bill. I worked for the underwriter of the bill company, so we worked for the insurance company. I did a few runs to California. There was times that someone will run from California over here, and California cannot come over here and grab no one. No one from any state can come to New York and grab anyone. They will have to hire someone in New York, and there was times that people will run from California over here, and we will have to bring them over there. I'm gonna let the neck go, and I'm on my way to pick up the wire. My wire had a late appointment today at the doctor's, and I'm picking up now, so I'm gonna let the neck keep going. Good talking to you. WQCR 739 Mobile, Bronx, New York 625. Be clear.
Real quickly, I was going to throw the two names up, but my trainer was Bob Burton. He lived here in California, Ventura County. I met him when he was living down in Burbank, and Ralph Thorson. Ralph died in the early 90s, but Bob passed away a few years ago. He lived, he got pretty, he got into his, I believe his 70s. I think he got into his late 70s. But Bob Burton was a very good friend of mine, and he kind of pioneered it here on the West Coast. All right, we'll go back to net control.
Yeah, real quick. A lot of people don't know that the bounty hunter, Dave Chapman, wasn't really a bounty hunter. If you ever watch his shows, he never handcuffed anyone. It was always his kids. His company was under his wife's name, and then when she passed away, it was under one of his son's name. But he was, I think, in the only place that he was able to do bounty hunting was in California and in Hawaii. In any other state, he wasn't able to do that because he was a felon. But yeah, he never put handcuffs on anyone. If you watch his show, it was always one of his kids that did it. All right, WQCR 739 clear.
Good evening. The time is 10:00 p.m.
This is WREZ 914 Net Control for this Thursday night's Broadnet meeting. I think we are now 2 hours into the net, if you've been keeping track. Yeah, let's take a quick pause here to make sure nobody has any priority local traffic or emergency traffic. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll just clear the air, and we'll continue with the roundtable topic. I do appreciate everybody standing by in case someone was trying to get in and they were unable to. Again, tonight's topic is what got you into radio? We've heard many stories here tonight about CB radios, military. Each and every person has a different story. Please give your call sign so we can hear your story.
Okay, WRHT 661.
WRHT 661, Mark from Poconos. Go ahead.
All right, you know what got me into radio? Which was really cool, is I got invited to a meeting one night, radio operators and amateurs, and they turned around and introduced me to a team, a REACT team. They were Radio Emergency Long Island, and it was really cool because like every time I would ever be anywhere in public, I could key up on the mic and get a response. So everybody, and I thought that was really cool. As I got older, I found out how foolish and stupid it is. But it was really cool because, people would turn around and start asking me all these things, like, how do you do that? How do you do this and that? And You know, that's what got me in, but actually Radio Shack got me into radio with my first CB when they had 3 channels, the TRCs, I forgot what they were. And they used to come standard with channel 5, 14, and 19. And then you had to buy the crystals. And that's what got me into radio, and because I lived in Long Island, I used to be on the LA with the truckers. And I'll tell you, we used to... I used to sandbag on the radio, and as I got more into radio, I turned around and, I found other radio groups. I run into a couple of guys on Channel 9. I heard, hey, listen to Channel 9, emergency channel. And I ran into React team members, and it was pretty mad cool.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you, 661, for that story, how you got into radio. There's definitely a lot of ham groups out there that are very encouraging to get into radio. We definitely recommend if you are looking at getting your license, your amateur license, Look out on the internet. Look up and talk to a few people, see if you can find out what is your local ham club, and go to one of their meetings, even if you're not licensed. Most of them welcome new members before they're licensed, and they'll even help you study. Again, don't forget, we've got that Richmond County REACT test coming up in Staten Island on the 25th of next month, and we'll be sending out some more information to everyone's email. Okay, who else is out there that has been waiting to tell us how they got into the radio? Give me your call sign if you're out there and you're just waiting. Now is a good time to tell us how you got into the world of radio. I don't know, Mark 661. This is WREZ 914 Net Control tonight. I don't know, Mark. I think we've lost some people to the Sandman.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. I have to do my Frank Dukes impression from like Bloodsport when the saw got thrown in his eyes. Because your audio is like keeping up with everybody else's, so I got to keep that real. But we probably bored him to death because I'm pretty sure everybody's heard the same story before.
Okay, well, I'll tell you how I got into radio. Of course, like many young kids, I started out wanting to be a police officer. I like police officers, security guards, just all that stuff interests me. You know, you got the badge, the shirt, the radio, the gun. I wasn't so interested in the gun part when I was a kid. I mean, you play cops and robbers with the guns, but you're really interested about talking on that radio. Man, I went back and I found some old pictures of me when I was a kid with old CB radios. Later in life, in high school, I got into the Police Explorer program. I don't know if you've ever heard of those programs, but you can get with the local police department, and they actually have competitions to do police stuff like takedowns and all that kind of how to deal with domestic disturbances and stuff. And these are high school kids promoting the police department. Let me reset. So I went back and found old pictures in high school when I had FRS radios attached to me because that's what we used. I mean, at the competitions and stuff. So, yeah, I've just, I guess, naturally wanting to be a police officer as a kid, I was into radio. I ended up not being a police officer, but I was a volunteer firefighter for many, many years. And, of course, doing firefighting, radios is just a big part of that, everything from dispatch to on-the-ground communications. So, yeah, and then I wanted some personal communications here at the house between me and my family after we had lost power a couple times and cell phones went down for an extended period of power loss. That's what got me into the GMRS world, where I met everyone else here on the Broadnet. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. WREZ914.
And you want to laugh, 914, I used to watch reruns of Chips growing up as a kid. And it was funny because I got on the job in New York State as 17. There was a special program they had. And it was funny because I actually thought people respected officers. Man, when I got on the job, I found out there was no truth in that, man.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, you know, I mean, watching TV, a lot of us, I find myself watching these mysteries, these crime dramas, you know, they really don't have a lot of bearing on the real world of how policing is. They make it seem like, you know, every case is solved and all the bad guys go to jail, and, you know, you look at the real world and, you know, that's hardly but anything close to the truth.
You got to look at it this way. You got DNA, you got forensics, you got all these lovely little amendments. Great. Beyond believable assets at levels that are unimaginable. But you still got to realize, when you put on that uniform like I did, and I'll tell you, man, when you put that uniform on, dude, there's a hidden rush to it that is freaking out. We're going home. There's a hidden rush to it that is unreal, and it's because you know that it's like a natural inherent barrier, that you know you have the state, this whatever county or city that you work for at your back, but it still causes you time to think. And this is why we've had problems where some little kid comes walking down the stairs with a cap gun and an officer doesn't know, you know, AS, what I used to call it. And there's a lot of things involved. See, I was trooper, dude. I used to pull over girls because they look good in a car. And 90% of the times, like, it was funny, like, I had a friend of mine, state trooper in PA. And he pulled the girl over, and first thing she did, she rolled down the window. She goes, "Oh, officers, you're asking for, you know, donations for the policeman's ball." And his first comment was, we're Pennsylvania troopers, we have no balls. And then he realized what he said and he walked the other way. Honey, don't play foolish.
I'm laughing over here, man. You had us going for a minute, Mark. You really had us going. That's a good one. I'm going to have to remember that one to tell somebody.
Well, there it is. I mean, you can't go, you know. I used to pull people over because I used to. Once you got past Yaphank, that's state. Yaphank to exit 49, if I remember right. Amityville was Suffolk. From 48 on, that page was Nassau. But state, we covered all of the northern, the southern. And I'll tell you, man, you don't want to mess with those rednecks in Long Island, man. They're crazy. And I used to run into a lot of stuff with them. And I mean, stupid stuff like domestics and everything, which you can't argue with domestic is domestic, but let me tell you something. Some of the women those guys dealt with, I used to turn around and I remember one guy comes up to me, he's like, how'd you get your job? And I turned around and looked at him, I said, you messing me again? I'm going to throw you in for trespassing. And he's like, I'm driving a car on the parkway. I was like, I'll find a way to make it work.
When you are a state trooper, did they call you officer or they call you sir?
They said, what can I do, sir? I really don't want to turn around and have to pay anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, state troopers are more militant. They like to be called sir, not officers. Copy that. All right.
They'll call him officer, but because you got to realize the uniform's a uniform. So they'll call him officer, but no one wants to get a ticket, dude. It actually does. It affects your license, and it's really an inconvenience because if you go by the point structure, you look at your license, they actually do a point system on your license. And that causes a major problem because you turn around, you want to drive away for the weekend, but all of a sudden, you realize, you look, oh my God, what just happened here? Oh shoot, I got points on my license. And, I'll tell you this. I kind of enjoyed my job, but, if you keep it simple, there was a lot of inherent dangers.
All right. Well, before I shut the net down, let me do one more call out. See if anyone has anything they want to add here to the roundtable. Specifically, the net topic tonight ended up being what got you into radio. Someone might still want to get in. If not, we'll shut the net down and open it back up to all regular traffic. All right, nothing heard there. All right, let me go ahead and end the net so we can keep talking here, but with no net control needs to go do some dad duties. This is WREV 914 on the Broadnet Thursday night meeting as net control. We're shutting the net down, opening it up for all regular traffic. Thank you for everyone who checked in and all the new users that checked in. We had a total of 63 check-ins tonight, if anyone's keeping count. So I hope everyone has a good night, and I'm going to sign out 73s, and we'll talk to y'all next Thursday or before. WREV 914, and the repeater system is back to regular operations.
914, you still on?
WR.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off, so I'm about to go make it better. Go ahead.
739, you still on?
Yeah, but I'm dealing with a situation here at the house.
I'll be standing by.